Okay.
Questions? Yeah, one question about the enrollment.
Yes.
If we may, I'd like to see sometime in the future, as a report, what the trend has been in the last 5 years.
Oh, great.
And I'd like to see, and I think the audience and the public needs to see this as well, what's the financial impact been on us
Okay.
for the last 5 years with declining student enrollment? And I think it'd be helpful just to see the areas where we do see declines. So if we could sometime, rather than just a report in the board book.
Yes. Presentation.
So that everybody can see.
That's great. I can tell you that our the area that's down right now is the college level courses. Our adult area is up significantly, as is our professional development areas. So it's really the college credit, college level courses that are in decline.
Transfer
Did you
courses?
notice?
Minus 2.1.
Transfer courses? Interesting.
Gen Ed?
Oh, without analysis of what that looks like, that's what we'll bring forward.
Okay.
I don't want to misspeak.
And the second thing has to do with your update this week. I see that we're going to be speaking to the foundation board about the college promise.
Correct.
I assume that, and I saw the goals of that, that moves us closer to moving the college promise where we committed to have it.
Right, for the funding of it, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not quite pointed out that way, but I see strategically that's where hope we're headed.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So my question is that why are we proposing to hire a new employee as the Promise Program Coordinator if that is going to be outside of the college academic area and into the foundation?
So the funding for the scholarships will be what is transitioning to the foundation board for responsibility for fundraising, and this is that first step for their full board to kind of brainstorm how they'll fundraise for the scholarship portion. The program itself is integrated into the college community administrative-wise. We want those students in that program to be very seamlessly integrated into the college. So the Promise Program Coordinator is actually an academic success coach position. So if you recall, we have our Coaching for Academic Success department that provides those coaching and support strategies for students, specifically in developmental courses. But it's a promising practice. We have a lot of good outcomes that we're seeing from that one-on-one coaching experience for those students. So what we're doing is replicating that model for Promise students through a new position that can start to take on that caseload. So we had 53 students in the Promise program last year, and I'm still getting the numbers, but we'll probably be around the 50 to 65 mark for this semester as well. So that caseload of about 115 students will be assigned to the academic success coach that will take on this very similar practices that we're already employing here at the college.
But this position is a new position,
It is.
not as part of the academic coach status. It's not.
It's in addition to the current academic success coaches. It's a new position. It also will manage a lot of the coordinating aspects, such as the professional mentor program for our Promise students. So we're implementing that this year. That's a new component to the Promise program. We need someone to manage that piece, and there's other elements of the program that position will take on.
Yeah, I realize things change, but that was not what I understood this to be about. This position is subsidized by every other taxpayer, which is not, at least the way I understood this whole college promise to be. I want to help the students as much as we can. But this was to be, we planted the seed money. It was not, in my understanding, to be another new position added to supplement what we may or may not have already existing, and it'd be housed in the foundation where it would be self-sustaining there and raise the money that is needed for the students. And my understanding was it's supported by the foundation. So I'd like to have you guys talk about
Yeah.
at least what I see is a change, and I understand things change, and you might be able to convince me, but that was not what I thought the original intent was. We were to plant the seed money, and then as you're doing, put it over the foundation, and not be, in my terms, subsidized by the taxpayers.
I'm just going to offer, when I do my assessment in September, I'll address student success. Potentially, part of the challenge I see in this is really unbuckling that promise scholarship side from the how do we manage student success at the organization. And so that academic success coach is really doing what we would want to do for all of our students in the student success design. And expecting that to be within the foundation when we're the student success experts is a little odd. So the way that it got brought forward in the college, I think there's opportunity to really think through in the context of the overall student success strategy. We need academic success coaches. This one got called the Promise Coach, but in fact, the practices we're laying out for that we would want for all students. So I think there's opportunity for us to think that design through.
I think there's a further discussion I think needs to take place, and maybe this is something we can address at the retreat that's coming up, just because it involves the foundation as well. And we've had discussions about, you know, the better job the foundation does, and the more money they raise, the more folks they need, the more personnel they need, and that all comes out of our budget. We subsidize the foundation 100%. You know, is that a practice we want to continue to do, or should there be, and I know we've talked about this before, you know, should we be looking at, well, you know, maybe a percentage or a portion of the foundation that raises money goes towards supporting the foundation. And I know it's a double-edged sword. You know, people don't want to think their donations are going to salary, but I think this is a part of a much bigger, broader issue that the board needs to engage in some conversation.
Yeah, I think we need to get some board input, and I'd like to bring Kurt Peterson in to do some presentation and kind of help.
And maybe we can put this on the agenda for the fall retreat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
No, I think that's an excellent idea, because I see this as another subsidy of the foundation board. And I don't think that's really where we want to go.
And how will we use that position if it is indeed a full-time position year one with
Well, I
only
think what
53 students?
Lori's talking about, we already
Makes
have the
sense,
resources in place. Why should these students be different than any other students that are working with the college success already? Academic coaches.
How many academic coaches do we have, and what's their load, their student load?
So we have 5 academic success coaches, and their load can range depending on enrollment anywhere from 350 to 550 students per semester.
Thank you for bringing those points up, everyone. All right, everybody to conclude our reports?
So, let me just add to that, since that is in the paperwork, because it's a budgeted position, and again, I'll say, this is the first time hearing of it. Before we move forward on any of this, let's have that discussion.
And that is not in tonight's board packet to approve that
It's in the
position?
update.
It was in the update,
It's
so
in the
there's
update.
no
It's no
action
action.
item.
Promise,
Yeah.
but there was an approved position that's come through the board agenda previously. I think it might have been
Part of the
in
budget.
May. Yeah.
It was part of the
agenda.
FY19.
Yeah.
Well, there again.
We needed
Yeah.
conversation around that.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
I'm not explaining it, we just had no conversation about it, right? Which again goes against the philosophical viewpoint, at least this trustee had with the whole college promise formation.
Okay, so we will bring that for further discussion at the fall retreat, if not before, correct? And we're not moving on filling that position at the moment?
So it's a specialist position, so it doesn't come to the board for approval until a probation period has ended, but the position was posted, and I did hear literally just today that there was a candidate that was advancing, so.
But it doesn't have to be a hire.
We're saying that I don't think one of us, two of us maybe, wants you to move forward with that.
Okay. I'll need to work with HR to see what's been communicated to the candidate, the status on that. Because again, for the board practice, we've been bringing specialists and classified positions to you once they finish their probationary period, not at the time of hire, so.
We understand, we just didn't know the new position was there. Granted, you say it was written in the budget, we believe that, but we just need advanced discussion on change of practice.
And maybe that's another policy we should be looking at.
Yeah, there might be a way to
Maybe
codify
that
that.
coach can take on additional students.
I'll reach back into the board presentation, because I think that was in the comments of the
Okay. fair enough.
I'll pull that back.
Well, if we
I think
move
it
forward
was.
with it and
Yeah.
go forward with
I
it,
kind of remember that being in the presentation.
Yeah, it was.
could be, but that would be against what I thought we were doing.
Okay.
And I would be very upset with that.
I think we should hold it. I think
Well,
it should be held.
You can check
How
with
are
HR,
the
do whatever.
foundations at other community colleges? I know that because of some of the issues that happened at COD, they had to start making them, make sure that they were a separate entity because we didn't want to have that overlap. But, I mean, in terms of staffing, how do they run them at all of our peer community colleges?
So that might be something to include in the fall retreat. I'm just cognizant of the fact that this isn't actually an agenda item. It was brought up as a question.
It's a
So-
question to the president, yeah.
Pardon?
It's a question to the
Right,
president.
right, so we'll
report.
refer, yeah. So is it okay if we bring this forward for further review and get those kinds of details brought out at a future meeting?
And I think we should hold the positions full well knowing where we're at on this. Don't move forward.
Unless you made an offer to
Well, if
the
the
person.
position's already been offered, you can't do
Right.
that.
No, it hasn't been, hasn't
It
been
hasn't.
offered. We've made an offer.
We've made an offer.
Has it been accepted?
Yes.
Yeah, and you can't do that.
Right. Well, I think we move forward, we'll have further discussion on this whole process piece, what the position is, what it isn't. But I think we've heard very clearly from board members the need for deeper articulation when we have new programs and positions. And I hear the admin
So-
saying it was part of that presentation, but I think we need a little more, sorry.
So now we're going to be asked to come back in 3 months or whenever to approve a position that we didn't want to begin with?
That's correct.
Well, then
Well,
I won't be able to do that.
I think we'll go back in minutes and see if we can clarify the presentation to the board and what was presented to you, and then we'll circle back.
Your report says will be hired.
Mhm.
And what you're saying is you hired him already.
Today.
At least you made an offer.
Right, and
When was that?
I'm not gonna be able to answer that.
Yeah.
I know that I've had a conversation with someone, but I can't give you an exact date that offer was made.
Fair enough. I think we need further review on this, but we
Put it
did.
on the agenda for next time, and just decide when you want it.
Yeah.
Well, no position can be accepted without board approval. You can't hire anyone without board approval.
Correct. So I think we're just gonna move forward at this time, but we've heard the concerns. We have some more homework to do, more discussion around this. If we have to do a little bit of pivot around the responsibilities of a position that has been approved, that will be a discussion that we have. Worst case scenario. So we'll continue to have those explorations. Okay? All right, and again, thank you, Bill, for bringing that forward.